What's good, guys? Cybeast coming at you with tier list time. A new series we're starting on the channel where we're going to do a tier list probably once a week or so. Might be more, might be less, depending on if there's tier lists I want to make or not. We'll go through. We're going to start. This one is the Pokemon video games. All of the ones that are released outside of Japan is what this tier list says. So it's none of the ones that are just Japanese exclusive, because most of us will have never have heard or played those. So these are ones that you should have at least heard of. Note, any of the ones I haven't played, as you look at the very bottom, there's a never played. I'll put them there if I haven't played them, haven't watched them be played, have no real opinion on them or understanding of what they are. Ones that I have seen played or have dabbled in a little bit will still get a rating based off what I think it could be, and I will point those out. Also, like red and blue are one thing, gold, silver are one thing, crystal is separate from gold, silver, etc. with the rest of the game. Same with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, separate from Sun, Moon. So we're going to hop into it. Red and blue are B tier in my opinion. They're great. They started everything. They set the formula that works really well, but they also don't hold up because of no running, the lack of Pokemon as a whole. That's one of the reasons why most people, they go back to play the Gen 1 story, they'll play Fire Red Leaf Green because it's on the newer engine. It is, you have running shoes. You have Gen 2 and 3 Pokemon available at certain points. It just adds variety. Gold, Silver, D tier. The only good thing in Gold, Silver are the new Pokemon, in my opinion. Everything else is very lackluster. The pacing is ass. You go from fighting level 30s to level 17s at certain points. It's a very lackluster region. I think the things it does best are the Pokemon and the fight with Red at the top. That's one of the coolest fights in like any game ever. Like a little hidden thing, like you get up there and you fight yourself from previously, and you normally get your shit stomped the first 4 or 5 times you do it because he's like level 80, and you're like, oh man, this shouldn't be that hard. Oh, what the fuck is going on? So both of the puzzle games I'm putting in C tier. They're very fun. I think it'd be higher if I enjoyed these types of games more, if I was better at them. I'm not great. But I do watch people speedrun both of these games, and they're very enjoyable because it's high-speed action, and it's just like, it shows that these people like know what they're doing. Stadium 1 is going A tier. Or that's Stadium 2. Is Stadium 1 on this list? I don't currently see Stadium... Oh, it's down at the very bottom. 1 and 2 are both going in A tier in my opinion. They are phenomenal games. They get the... Oh. I can't scroll. Note to self, cannot scroll when doing this. Without it messing up for you guys. Stadium 1 and 2. A tier games. Very fun. Very replayable. It was the first 3D Pokemon game. It was really cool at the time. Still really cool in my opinion. I'm thinking that this is... Crystal is B tier. It improves a lot of the problems with Gold and Silver in my opinion, but it's still a Gen 2 game, and Gen 2 games were not the greatest, as I already mentioned. I think that this is the Pokemon trading card game. C tier. Really good, really fun. It was on the Game Boy Color. It was very limited in what they could do at the time. Thinking the trading card game back then was very limited in what it could be done. So not sure what you want to think of it. I think it was an enjoyable game, and it was unique at the time because it wasn't just a base Pokemon game. No, that does influence these a little bit over this. No, I don't think that Pokemon Silver and Gold are bad games. They just aren't as good as the other Pokemon games. That's the other thing you got to look at when making these tier lists, or when I'm making these tier lists, is that if something's in F on this, it could still be better than 55, 60 things of similar stature, but that aren't. When I'm doing these, I'm comparing it to directly these things on this list. So this is Pokemon games compared to each other, and this is down at the bottom. Ruby Sapphire, this was my first Pokemon game, and I think many people would agree it's A tier. The only reason it's not S tier is because Emerald exists, and Emerald is S tier because it fixes some of the minor issues with Sapphire and Ruby. You have both of the enemy teams. You're able to get all of the Mons a lot better. The only thing I think it's better in Sapphire and Ruby than it is in Emerald is the is the champion fight, where you fight Steven instead of Wallace. I think Steven is a much harder champion. So I will say that, but overall I think the Emerald is the better game than Ruby Sapphire. I've never played or heard of Pokemon Box, Pokemon Channel, Pokemon Pinball, another one of those C-tier games. It's fun, it's mindless like activity, and enjoy it. Actually, I'm going to put it down on D-tier. Because like these are like, you're thinking this, I feel when I played it as a kid, I literally just pressed the buttons and saw flashing lights. I do know there's people who do crazy things with that. Pokemon Coliseum, S-tier. If you think this game is not S-tier, you've either never played it or you're a hater, because it is phenomenal. Shadow Pokemon, great idea. The fact that it focuses on the legendary dogs, and you get to interact with them in a unique way, where like they aren't like roaming encounters and shit like that. You get to use them on your team. The fact that it's all double battles, some people dislike. I personally love that because it changes your thought process on the game. I think that's one of the reasons why I love VGC so much, is because I played Coliseum and Gale of Darkness religiously growing up. Speaking of which, Gale of Darkness, it's right there next to it. I think they are equal. I think Gale of Darkness improves on a lot of things, but I think Coliseum story, I at least remember it more and feel that it was more like grasping and like pulled you in. Fire Red Leaf Green. I'm putting, by the way, the ones I'm putting on here between the versions are the ones that I played. I'm putting Fire Red Leaf Green A tier because, like I said, it's better than Red Blue because it brought things to like modern times, but it's still not S tier. It's Gen 1. Gen 1 has a lot of like flaws in my opinion, just with how things are set up, but they can't go back and change those too much without affecting the nostalgia like glasses of everyone who loves like Generation 1, and like that's what they grew up on. Pokemon Dash is our first F tier. I think I played it like when a friend had it, and I literally had zero enjoyment in it. Same with Pokemon Trozy, F tier. First Mystery Dungeon game, B tier. Good game, enjoyed it. Very unique like aspect to a Pokemon game. I enjoy random dungeon generation things, like that sort of style has always been cool in my opinion. It just, once again, it falls in the same category as Blue and Red. It just falls short when you see what comes after it, because they iterate on it. But it's still a good game. Another thing that falls in there is the first Pokemon Ranger game, except I'm going to say it's C tier, because of just my screen on my DS was destroyed after it. No, that's partially me like jamming it down, but same thing. Or like same thought process. It gets better though. I think the later Ranger games step it up. I am scrolling, even though I said I shouldn't scroll. I don't care. I'm looking. I don't see the other Rangers games. Am I just losing my mind? Oh, there's one right here. Yeah, okay, no, I see them. I see them. They do exist. They do exist. We're gonna grab Diamond, and it's going right there in A tier. Once again, I think Platinum is just better. The biggest flaw with Diamond and Pearl is lack of fire types throughout it, to where if you don't pick Infernape, you end up with like a Ponyta, and that's it. Other than that, you don't have one. So you're gonna have a mon that can get coverage moves, and it's like cool, that's fun, but like I don't know, it just seems weird that you are like locked out of that Pokemon. I think Battle Revolution is C tier. I just think it was a attempt at Stadium that didn't quite reach it. The only reason it's not lower is because the graphics looked amazing compared to Stadium and Coliseum and stuff. Because those are like some of the bigger complaints. If you look like the Mons and Coliseum and stuff don't even look like GameCube level games because they weren't. They were the models from Stadium and they just got reused. But we had some new models and they looked good. And it was fun to see Pokemon in that way. But there was a lot of things that just, it felt like a lackluster version of Stadium. It felt like it was missing some stuff. Time and Darkness. Explorers of Time and Darkness is one of, if not the best stories in Pokemon. It's one of the reasons why, if you saw the Pokemon starters tier list, which will come out before, or should come out before this one or after, you'll see why Grovyle is where he is. It's because of this game. This game right here is why Grovyle is so high up on my list and a lot of people's lists, because he carried that game a little bit. Moving on, the second Rangers game, B tier. They improved on some things. They made use of new, unique things with each Pokemon. Oh, sorry. Another reason why Rangers wasn't lower is because it was the only way to get Manaphy for the longest time, and that was a super cool thing that you got through the game. And it's like, cool, you can, like, now, like, you know, we have the save data here. We're going to make it to where you get Manaphy on, like, your game of, like, Diamond Pearl. And it's like, what? I get a Pokemon and the other game for beating this game. It was just a cool thing. It's the same with, like, Coliseum, where if you do everything and you have the extra disc, you could get a Jirachi into Ruby Sapphire, which was such a cool thing. Pokemon Ranch, I've never played. Green, I've never played, and it's Gen 1, it's the same thing, except I have seen people play some of the weird shit. Explorers of Sky is going to go right there. It is, like, Time Darkness. I think Sky is technically a different one. Hold on. We're doing some fact-checking. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Mystery Dungeon series. Okay, so yeah, no, it looks like Explorers of Sky. I mean, it came out 2 years after the other two. And in North America, it came out like a year and a half later. In Japan, it was a full 2 years. But based off the fact that it got put on the Wii U Virtual Console and the other two didn't, it's probably just a... Let's see. It is an enhanced version. Yeah, it's an enhanced version. So, I was correct in that assumption. I'm going to put it next to it. I think that's fine, because it is different, because Platinum's an enhanced version. So yeah, we're ruling it stays there. Platinum is fucking S tier. Like, Giratina, Distortion World, Arceus, like, I think that Gen 4 had one of the, like, I think the enemy team in Gen 4 as a whole is the most, like, daring. But, as we all know, Gen 5 is where things are just better. I keep grabbing the wrong one. So I did Soul Silver. Soul Silver is B. It falls in the same category as like, Crystal, because Gen 2 is bad. But they added some, like, new mons, like Gen 4 mons, that can make things better. But then you also have the Gen 4 engine, which is the only thing that holds these back from being even, like, better in my mind is the Gen 4 engine, because you would hit you're level 70, you're fighting the Elite Four, and it takes you 8 minutes to get through a battle of one-shots, because their health literally just goes, like... So it wasn't something for me in that sense. I have no clue what this game is, so we're not gonna do it. Poke Park, never played. The third, and I think that's Shadows of, I forget the different Pokemon Ranger game names. I really do. But I enjoyed all of them. Pokemon Ranger games. Pokemon Ranger series. Okay, Guardian Signs. My bad. Guardian Signs actually wasn't. I thought that was... The second one is the best one, in my opinion. It just... was better, and for me, I think that Shadows of Almio was really good. Rumble, D tier, just because it's a kind of adorable how they look in it, but as a whole, it's kind of a boring game in my opinion. I know some people really enjoy it. I know that, like Absol Blogs, I don't know if that's his actual YouTube channel name. The dude that does all the like level 100 gauntlets and like the crazy like shiny challenges and stuff. He loves Rumble. He does Rumble weekends. That's, you know, so it's some people's cup of tea. It's just not mine. Pokemon White, literally Gen 5 is the best generation. The Pokemon look the coolest. The moving sprites. They added triple battles and like rotation battles. They were being very like creative. I personally liked the reset of Pokemon to where like you don't get to make the same team. Like if I was to set a brand new child down and have him play Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, he would have his favorites. He would be like, oh cool, I really hope I can catch a Pikachu or a fucking, oh man, hopefully there's a way to get what's a good Ludicolo, you know, just random mons that they might really get attached to. And it's like, cool, you get none of those for this first game, so you have to make attachments to new Pokemon while like playing through it. And I really personally enjoyed the shit out of that. I know a lot of people disliked it for that reason. TCG Online, it's B tier. It's a good trading card. Like, it's good for the Pokemon company to have like an online trading card game, so they could do stuff during like COVID, and it's been around long before then. They also tie in the actual trading card game to this with the codes, which I think is really cool. It allows people who do play this to, you know, maybe like transition between the two very easily, as well as when people are opening packs nowadays, which is still, I don't know if it's still super popular. It was for a while over the last year. They could like give those codes to fans. Like, we're like, hey, I'm opening. Okay, here's the code now. Whoever gets it gets it, and it allows people to like have another reason to watch those people. And it was like just a cool thing in my opinion. But as a whole, it is pretty lackluster compared to a lot of the other online trading card games, such as the Runeterras, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels, the NPG Arenas, etc., etc. Oh, we missed Yellow. Yellow is just going to be a step above, and it's solely because you get all the starters. It's one of the things that's great about that game is you get Pikachu, and you get all 3 starters, and like this is the game you play through, and then you go play Crystal, and you play against Red at the end. You're like, oh, that's me. That's me. Don't know what that is. Rumble Blast is right there next to Rumble. It's the exact same thing. Pokepark 2 right next to Pokepark. Never played them. Pokemon Conquest, A tier. It is it is such a unique thing. I love the style of it, where it's like the I forget what era of like Japan, but like the Shogun era, whatever that is actually called. I don't want to like misspeak. I love that style of like the art and the characters. The story itself is really good. The gameplay is fun. I enjoy those styles of games, the like RTSs. So big thumbs up from me. Would love to see a re-release or I mean, personally, I would love for them to just be like, hey, we're going to take like the 3 Pokemon Rangers games, put them on Switch, and there you go. You have like pay $60, you get 3 full stories. Like, I'd be fine with that personally. I think they could do that with Conquest and like Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. Like, release some of these games, even if it's just on the eShop for like $15-20. I'm fine with it because it gives us a way to officially play them, where right now a lot of them are hard to play officially. Black 2, White 2, I had switched over and I played Black for this one, and it is S tier. It is a direct sequel to Black and White, which is something that we've never had in Pokemon aside from Gen 5, and I think that is a huge thing. I think that is one of the many reasons why it's loved, not to mention Gen 5 just has so many unique, cool things that like I never even knew when I played them, but someone showed that like if you're just walking, the music is like light and mellow, and then you start running and the drums kick in when you're running, and only when you're running. And it's like, that's such a unique thing that so many people never noticed, but subconsciously added enjoyment to the game, because you know for a fact that like extra music excites you, or like the drum line will excite you. Dream Radar, I don't even know what that is. I want to put it in F tier because it just sounds lame, but I'm going to put it never played. Rumble U, F tier solely because it's Wii U. Hey You Pikachu is D tier solely because it came with one of the dopest like custom consoles of all time with the Hey You Pikachu N64, which I do own. That's pretty dope in my opinion. XY, C tier. The starters aside from Greninja aren't great. Legendaries are mid. They never did anything else in Gen 6. In the Kalos region, the evil team is ass. Like, it's just not a good game in my opinion. I think for like VGC and stuff, it was great, but like it's the lowest number of new mons ever added from a like a brand new generation. The game itself was like, all it did was bring us to the 3DS era. That's the only thing that it has going for it in my mind. Other than that, it just isn't. It isn't there. Oh, Super Mystery Dungeon. And Super Mystery Dungeon's gonna go C tier. It's not bad. I feel that it's a little much compared to like Blue Rescue Team, where like the one thing that could be nostalgia, like making me think Blue Rescue Team was better, but that's just it's my opinion. And then it doesn't even come close to Explorers of Time and like Sky and all in that like grouping. Also, wait, that is not the trading card game one. I just realized. Battle Troz or Troze down there. Art Academy, D tier. It's cool if like that's something you want to do, but like there's very few people who do art. I know there is a very specific, I think he's French artist who does stuff on his like 3DS, like animates it, and it's awesome. If I remember when I'm going back through, I'll put his like Twitter on here. Like his stuff's adorable, but it's just one of those things that I don't think a lot of people. I feel I had a very limited like base of like people who would be interested in it, and I just wasn't a part of it. But I did see people play it, and it did have a cool concept, so I'm putting it in D tier. Camp Pokemon, I have no clue what that is. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, A tier. Like that. Oh, I hate when it does this. Shuffle goes down here. What did I just put? Oh, I put Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire ORAS is one of the, like, that is how you should do remakes. Current ones, BDSP is just not what you should do. It's like a one-to-one carbon copy, just updated graphics, updated Pokemon a little bit, and that's it. Omega Alpha Sapphire reworked the whole region. They had one of the best like post games. Like there's just a lot with it that was done well and improved an already amazing region, in my opinion. Rumble World is going in F tier. Pokken, B tier. I think Pokken Tournament was a fun-ass game. I do love fighting games. I love Smash Bros, that sort of stuff. So I am slightly like biased on it, but I really enjoy it. I think it had a very short-lived time frame, sadly. But I think Pokken Tournament was really fun. I was a Garchomp main. And like I said, I enjoyed the shit out of the game. This is the trading card game that is at the top of C tier in my mind. This was Trading Card 2, and it's just going to go in never played, because I never got to play the second one, because I'm pretty sure that one was a Japanese-only release. Or if it came out, it was very, very low. Picross, F tier. Pokemon Go. I'd say A tier. When Pokemon Go came out, summer of 2016, people were losing their minds. People were like trespassing on property because they were trying to like find a Charizard in the wild or a Gyarados. At the time, I lived in Mississippi, and like me, my mom, my brother, and some friends went down to the beach, and there were hundreds of people sitting around, and like you would be sitting there just talking with random people, and they'd be like, "Oh man, I just saw like a Zubat or something," like, you know, like, oh, the number of times I heard someone yell, "Gyarados!" and you just see hordes of people running down the road trying to like go capture it, and it would be a lie. It was just insanity, that sort of stuff. And they've continued to improve things for the most part. There are some times where they make some bad decisions. I'm pretty sure right now they just made it to where instances work where you have to be moving around again, which is terrible, because there's still, you know, a lot of people who aren't comfortable going outside. So why are you going to punish them from playing your game that they've still been playing for the last like 6 years? Like, just let it be. Super Mystery Dungeon. Oh wait, the Gates of Infinity is that one. Super Mystery Dungeon. Is that super? I can't tell by the like titles on these. Like, sometimes it just does not, or like by the art of the box. Yeah, so Super Mystery Dungeon is better than Gates to Infinity in my mind. It just did things a lot better. It went closer back to the original formula and like how it was supposed to be done. Also, you added megas, which was just a cool concept as a whole, which is also why X was C tier. I meant to mention that X was also C tier because of megas. Like, what more do you need? Sun Moon, personally, Sun Moon is B tier. I think that Z moves were fun for playthrough stuff. I didn't really enjoy it for competitive. I think playthrough wise, getting to see some of your mons do some crazy fucking moves was super cool. I do understand that like it could be a crutch, and some people are like, "Oh, that was lame." Well, you don't have to use it. But I think for like, you know, I hand it to my little like 6-year-old cousin, and he's like, "Oh, look at fucking Incineroar doing like the flying moonsault or whatever the fuck his signature move was, like Z moved." And the animation was dope, and it looked awesome, and he'd just be sitting there in awe, and it's like, that's what I want to see. Like, I don't know, just personally, Magikarp Jump, a D tier, it's just a gacha game, in my opinion, or it's not a gacha game, it's not what I would want in like a mobile game, but I know a lot of people who enjoyed it, and I didn't hate it when I played with friends who played it, but as soon as they all stopped playing, I had no reason to continue to play it. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, hot take. Some people might see this as a hot take. I don't. I think Ultra Sun Ultra Moon had like improved the story of Sun Moon, which is already good. It also gave us like Duskmane Dawnwing Necrozma, Duskwing or Duskmane Necrozma, like Ultra Necrozma, all that shit. And that fight against like the shining bright light of doom Necrozma, whatever the fuck its name was. We all know the first time you fought that thing, if you didn't know what was coming, if you hadn't watched the video, if you hadn't seen the leaks, you were terrified, because that thing literally just hit you like it was a new Elden Ring boss, and you're sitting here asking for easy mode in the middle of it. It just doesn't go well for you. I also think Gen 7 is just a really good gen. I enjoy the Tapus. There's a lot of things I enjoy about it. But yeah, I'm going to put that in an S tier, and, you know, let me know what you think of some of these opinions. I assume some of you have already typed some things, calling out some inconsistencies in how I'm tiering things, whatever it might be. Detective Pikachu, the game itself would be C tier. It gave us a movie where Ryan Reynolds voiced Pikachu, and we got to see realistic Pokemon, so I appreciate it a lot. B tier for those reasons. Pokemon Snap, C tier. Fun game, not a lot of replayability in my mind. Or at least when I was a kid, I didn't enjoy it. I think now I have more appreciation for it. I enjoy photography as like a hobby. So that's, like I said, it's C tier. It's not a bad game. I don't think I ever was going to pick Pokemon Snap up over Stadium or Stadium 2 if I was on the N64 and playing a Pokemon game. Quest, D tier. It was fun for the first like 20 minutes, and then it got old very quickly. Let's Go games. The Let's Go games are C tier. They look beautiful. Shiny hunting in it is super cool. I want to battle wild Pokemon. I think that was the biggest downfall to it. I'm fine with you making the catch mechanic like Go. Just let me battle the Pokemon and weaken it, and not just have to sit there and like do that over and over again hoping to catch it. Is that Pokemon Masters? Master EX? I can't tell. Yeah, I think this is Masters. If it's Masters, it's C tier. It is a gacha game, but we get to see so much cool art of trainers. For example, Pokemon Day just happened. We literally saw May and who was the other one? Raihan, and there was another Skyla. I think Skyla was the name. I could be wrong. We got to see like 3 trainers in dope ass like anniversary style like art, and it was so cool because it's like official artwork for them that you can see and use, and like hopefully see in the future. Another hot take: Sword Shield is fucking A tier. People who shit on this game are psychotic. Wild Area is leading us to Legends Arceus and a few other games that is just amazing. Then We have like the different gyms, or like the gyms being like arenas and it being like an actual part of the culture. I always wondered that, because in the show, you know, you'll see like in the first gym, you'll see like no one's there. And like this one, like every gym has like, I mean, they get bigger. Some of them are bigger than others because it's like a bigger city, and that's how it works in sports. You go to a, you know, if you went to an Oakland Raiders game before they moved to Las Vegas, you wouldn't see a sold out game all the time. You go to Vegas, that thing's packed with people because people are traveling like, oh, there's a football game, let's go do that. Like, it just has that effect on things. The Mystery Dungeon remakes, I'm just going to put it in B tier. Like, it remade them, and it just updated some of the stuff from them to be more consistent with newer features. Cafe Mix, D tier. It's not in the bottom. Like, it's something I would still like play and find like some enjoyment. New Pokemon Snap. Is that? Yeah, hold on. Well, never played doesn't really matter anyways at the end of the day. So yeah, it's new Pokemon Snap is C tier. It falls in the same category as normal Pokemon Snap. Actually, no, I'm putting it B tier because they added some new stuff. They're like making Pokemon glow. Going at night or daytime, you can see different Pokemon doing different things. Like, that stuff was really cool, but it still isn't a great game, but it's fun. Pokemon Pinball, I mean, it goes in the same category as the second Pokemon Pinball game. Pokemon Unite, hot take, A tier. It is a great game. It died very quickly because that is the way of the Pokemon community, it seems, on spin-offs. They play them, they enjoy them for a little bit, and they're like, cool, this isn't normal Pokemon, I want to go back. And they go back and play the other ones. Or they just stop playing the game because they're like, I'm just going to go watch other people do things. I'm going to shiny hunt. I'm going to breed my competitive team. But people who still continue to play that game, it has done nothing but get better, in my opinion. They've continued to add new mons that are fun to play. And so, yeah, it's A tier. BDSP, B tier. Because it is literally a carbon copy of Diamond. There's no reason for it to be the way it is. It could have been so much better, and they just kind of dropped the ball. And Legends Arceus is S tier. Have yet to play the game, but I've seen nothing but great things, funny moments, and from what I've heard, the story's phenomenal. I've been trying to avoid it until I can get my Switch fixed and can play it myself. But yeah, like I said, I think that Legends Arceus is a great game. I mean, alphas, hordes, you know, shiny hunting and how that works. The like open world that seems to be leading into Generation 9 with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like, is coming from this game. And it's because if you've ever noticed, the majority of times that Pokemon has evolved is when they step out of the box and find things that work. And there are times they find things that don't work. For example, one of the things they found with Black and White is that, yeah, people like a lot of new mons. This is slander. Okay, one minute, guys. Like I said, that is, I think Arceus is great. Now, we will turn to chat, and I will allow them to tell me what they think and why for a minute. And let's see what is wrong with my list, what they disagree with on said list. Oh, you know what I even said. Okay, never mind. So, Cuddly was saying that Bubbly said my list was bad, but Bubbly's saying that he did not say that. Okay. Well, yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up our second, third, I don't know when I'm uploading some of the other ones I have that I need to go back through and edit, tier list-wise, but these will be up. This is called Tier List Time now. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that stupid fun shit. I might just do this post, and make it, like, just have a transition. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We're working on it. We're getting better at these things. We're trying to be more of, like, more effective when we're doing stuff. So, now I can get rid of